Alright, students, the next chapter which we are going to revise is the chapter of accounts and records. Sir, can we take a quick linking? Yes, Baba, let's go ahead and take a quick linking. We started learning GST with goods or service. Goods or service has to be supplied. Supply can be interstate or intrastate. Inter or intra, GST will be levied, sir. Once GST is levied, it has to be collected and paid by a taxable person. How will you collect? You have to go ahead and calculate. GST is equal to value of supply into rate of tax. Once you know the value, you will go ahead and prepare tax invoice, credit note, debit note, and delivery challan. Also, I taught you. Now listen. Once you go ahead and prepare tax invoice, credit note, debit note, and delivery challan, will you go ahead and throw them up? Government is telling, please go ahead and maintain accounts and records. In the chapter of accounts and record, government is going ahead and telling whatever this tax invoice, credit note, debit note, etc. is there, this should be maintained by you. So the next chapter is told over here, accounts and records, which you have to go ahead and maintain, everyone. Here we'll be learning about two sections, section number 35 and 36. Section number 35 will basically go ahead and talk about the various accounts and records. 36 will go ahead and tell about the period of retention of accounts and records. Okay, sir, let's go ahead, everyone, over here now. Accounts and records. Sir, what kind of a chapter it is? Always remember, everyone, it is a C graded chapter. 1 mark or 2 mark or 3 mark is the maximum expectation. Is there an amendment? Yes, sir, Baba, there is a small amendment in the chapter 35.5, which was going ahead and telling that a person should go ahead and get audit done from a chartered accountant or a cost accountant has been done away with. Means now no more audit has to be, there is no requirement to go ahead and get audit from a chartered accountant or a cost accountant, even if your aggregate turnover is crossing 2 crore rupees. Let's go ahead and start accounts and record. Section number 35. Section number 35, subsection 1 goes ahead and says, every registered person shall keep and maintain at principal place of business. What, sir? He should go ahead and keep and maintain true and correct accounts of PCOs. PISIOS. What is PCOs? Production and manufacturing of goods. Then inward and outward supply of goods, services, or both, stock of goods, ITC availed, output tax paid and payable, and such other particulars which is told in rule number 56. Then we have proviso to section number 35. 1 which goes ahead and says, sir, if you have additional place of business, means more than one place of business, I have one more place of business, and accounts relating to such place of business should be kept at such additional place of business. Now there was a circular which went ahead and told this, in case of T-board, the auctioneer and the supplier, in case of T-board, the auctioneer and the supplier has to go ahead and declare the T-board as their additional place of business, because might be the supplier is going ahead and keeping his tea at the T-board. So they went ahead and told you have to declare the T-board or the coffee board as your additional place of business. But you don't have to go ahead and maintain your accounts over there. You can maintain your accounts at your principal place of business only. Just inform your jurisdictional officer that I am not maintaining the account at the additional place of business. We are maintaining at our principal place of business. Circular for requirement of books of account in case of auction of tea, coffee, rubber, etc. Clarified. Principal and auctioneer can declare the warehouse, that is tea board, coffee board, etc. their warehouses as the additional place of business, but books relating to such additional place of business can be kept at the principal place of business. You can keep it at your principal place of business. Also, you just have to inform your jurisdictional officer in writing that you are not keeping the accounts at the additional place, you are keeping it at the principal place. Sir, how do I have to go ahead and maintain my accounts? Always remember, you can maintain accounts physically or in electronic form also, but if you are going ahead and maintaining electronic form, my rule number 57 goes ahead and says, please take backup of records, produce it on demand. Then you should share the file to the proper officer if he is asking, and also the password. Okay, sir. Section number 35.2 goes ahead and says, owner, operator of godown, warehouse, every transporter shall go ahead and maintain records of consignor, consignee, and such relevant records which is told in rule number 58. So, Baba, if owner, operator of godown or warehouse or a transporter is registered, then Baba, then also he has to maintain. If he is unregistered, then he will have to take enrollment under GST by filing ENR 01, and then he will have to go ahead and maintain. Rule number 58 goes ahead and says, sir, rule number 58 goes ahead and says, owner, operator or of warehouse or transporter, if they are registered, they will have a GSTN number. If they are unregistered, always remember they can go ahead and submit ENR01 and obtain a unique enrollment number. Now, there is a small concept with respect to transporter. Transporters, every state they might be registered. They are taking goods from one state to another state. Now, from Karnataka to Assam might be goods are going. Now, what happened? One truck may goods are going from Karnataka to Assam. It went to Tamil Nadu and they changed the truck. Now, when they change the truck, the transporter is changing the truck. He might have different GSTN number in Tamil Nadu. Karnataka may he had different GSTN number. Now, transporter told the government, when we are updating this new truck detail, should we use the GSTN number of Tamil Nadu or should we go ahead and use Karnataka with GSTN number? So many GSTN number, confusion can happen. So they went ahead and told the government what to do. Government went ahead and told transporters multiple GSTN numbers. If you have, do one thing simple, go obtain unique enrollment number. Now your GSTN number will not be used. You can use your unique enrollment number, unique common enrollment number for updating e-way bill. Now, sir, if you are a transporter, what are the accounts to be maintained by a transporter? A transporter should keep record of goods which are transported, delivered, stored in transit. What are the goods here transported? What are the goods here delivered? What are the goods here stored in transit? All the records should be maintained by a transporter. Sir, if you are an owner operator of warehouse, then what are the accounts you have to go ahead and maintain? You have to maintain books of account with respect to period for which goods remain in the warehouse, including particulars of dispatch, movement, receipt and disposal of such goods. What are the goods you received? What are the goods you dispatch? All the details have to be maintained. And always remember, you should store goods in such a manner that they can be identified item wise and owner wise, and facilitate physical verification or inspection by the proper officer. Owner operator warehouse, if one a proper officer is coming and telling which is Ramesh Soni ka goods, you should be able to show this is Ramesh Soni ka goods. Okay, what are the various items which are there? You should be going ahead and keeping them properly so that proper officer, if he comes, he can do the verification. Okay, sir. Section number 35(3) goes ahead and says that if commissioner wants, commissioner can go ahead and notify additional accounts or documents for special purpose which you have to go ahead and maintain. Means for notified class of person which are notified by the commissioner to maintain additional accounts or document for specified purpose. Then 35(5) goes ahead and says if commissioner wants, commissioner can go ahead and notify class of people who can be relaxed from maintaining some account. Might be if the commissioner wants, commissioner can go ahead and notify these people don't maintain these accounts. Okay, sir. 35(5) used to go ahead and tell. 35(5) used to go ahead and say registered person whose aggregate turnover is greater than 2 crore should get his accounts audited by a chartered accountant or a cost accountant. But then this limit was increased to 5 crore. Now they have gone ahead and told for 17, 18, 18, 19, they were going ahead and increasing the limit to 5 crore. They are telling if your turnover exceeds 5 crore aggregate turnover, then you get the accounts audited. Now 35(5) only deleted. They have gone ahead and omitted by Finance Act 2021 with effect from 1st of August 2021, and they are telling this audit requirement only done away with. Okay, sir. Section number 35(6) goes ahead and says if you fail to maintain accounts relating to goods, services, or both, PO will go ahead and PO shall determine the tax as if such goods are being supplied by you, and he will go ahead and give you a demand order under section number 73 or 74. Sir, what is the period of retention of accounts? What is the period of retention of accounts? Always remember it is 72 months. So this year ka due date of annual return, if it is extended due date say 72 months, you have to go ahead and maintain your accounts and records. Sir, but if a party is if registered person is party to an appeal, revision or any other proceeding, once the final disposal of the appeal or revision or proceeding is done, means only once the final disposal is done of the appeal, revision or proceeding, from that 1 year or 72 months, whichever is later. Okay, sir, you have to go ahead and maintain normally this year ka due date, annual return ka, from that 6 years, basically 72 months. And if you are a party to an appeal, once the appeal has been disposed of, from that 1 year or from the due date of annual return 72 months, whichever is later. Okay, sir, got it. Now everyone over here, it goes ahead and says every registered person shall maintain PCOs, S was such other particulars as told in rule number 56. Rule number 56 below goes ahead and talks about what are the various specific accounts basically which are to be maintained by this registered person. So if I am a registered person, section of rule number 56, one goes ahead and says every registered person shall maintain true and correct accounts of goods imported. What are the goods I have imported? What are the goods I have exported? What are the supplies which are attracting reverse charge mechanism? Invoices, bill of supply, delivery challan, credit note, debit note, receipt voucher, payment voucher, refund voucher. All this I have to go ahead and maintain. Okay, sir. Then rule number 56 2 goes ahead and says if you are a person other than composition person, then you should maintain stock details also. It means what are the records not to be maintained by a composition person? Stock details need not be maintained by a composition person. Every other registered person has to go ahead and maintain stock details. Sir, what is the stock detail? Opening balance of stock. Sir, what are the receipts? What are the supplies? What are the goods which are lost, destroyed, distributed as free sample? Everything has to be maintained. Opening balance, receipt, supply, lost, stolen, destroyed, gifted, free sample. All details of your stock has to be maintained by you. Next, rule number 56, 3 goes ahead and says registered person shall also go ahead and maintain the details relating to the advances which he has received, paid, adjusted, everything. Next, rule number 56, 4 says every registered person other than composition shall maintain accounts of tax payable, including RCM, means composition dealer, tax related details they don't have to go ahead and maintain. Then, sir, he shall maintain accounts relating to tax payable, including reverse charge, collected, paid, ITC claimed with tax invoice, debit note, credit note, and delivery challan. The next is rule number 56. 5 goes ahead and says, if you are a registered person, you shall maintain your details of your supplier. Who are your recipient? Where are your godown storehouses? Okay, sir. Now, if I have gone ahead and stored goods other than the place which is declared as my place of business, and it is without the cover of a valid document, then PO, if he goes ahead and finds those goods, then he will tell, I deem that these goods are being supplied, and he will go ahead and charge tax. It says if goods are stored at any place other than the place which is declared without the cover of a valid document, PO to determine tax payable as if goods have been supplied by you. It is not stored by you, he will tell. Sir, if there is a wrong entry, sir, I see over here after 6 you directly wrote 8 because 7 I didn't find it important. You can read your textbook. Okay, sir. Now, rule number 56, 8 goes ahead and talks about wrong entry. Sir, I did a wrong entry. Now what to do? They are going ahead and telling wrong entries should not be erased, effaced. You go ahead and rubbed it. No, it should not be erased, effaced, or overwritten. Incorrect entries other than clerical errors should be scored out with under attestation, and thereafter correct entry should be recorded. In case of e-records, please maintain a log of the entries which are edited or deleted. Sir, what are the accounts to be maintained by an agent? If I am an agent, I should go ahead and maintain accounts relating to the authorization which I have received from my principal to go ahead and supply on his behalf or to receive goods on his behalf. I will receive one authorization letter should be there. Particulars including description, quantity value of goods received for the principal, supplied on behalf of every principal. All details should be there. Details of accounts relating to accounts furnished to every principal. Every principal I will give one account statement. That account statement I should maintain. Account sales it is called. Then tax paid. What are the tax paid on receipt of goods and services? All details should be maintained by an agent. This can be a question in the exam. Wherever there are question marks, please remember. Sir, if I am a manufacturer, what are the accounts to be maintained by a manufacturer? Manufacturer should go ahead and maintain monthly production account showing quantitative details of raw material, services used, goods manufactured, scrap and byproducts, all the details, goods manufactured along with scrap, byproduct, all details should be there with him. Sir, if I am a service provider, what are the details I should maintain? You should go ahead and maintain accounts relating to the goods which you are going ahead and using. I am using this iPad to go ahead and provide you service. A goods which you are going ahead and using. Sir, in providing of service, what are the input tax rate I have gone ahead and used? What are the service I have supplied? All the details should be there. if I am a works contractor, what are the details I should go ahead and maintain? Think about it. Works contractor, what are the works contract he executed? For whom did he execute? What are the goods or service he has gone ahead and used in execution of works contract? What is the amount of money he has received? All details. It says books of accounts to be maintained by works contractor. Name and address of person on whose behalf works contract is executed. Description, quantity, value of goods or service received, utilized in the execution of works contract. Details of payment received with respect to each works contract, and name and address of the supplier from whom he received goods or services. Sir, if I am a C&F agent, clearing and forwarding agent, carrier, then what are the details I have to maintain? You have to maintain the true and correct records with respect to goods which you have handled, which you have gone ahead and handled, and also you have to go ahead and produce this detail as and when it is required by the proper officer. Everyone, remember always the only amendment in the chapter of accounts and records is whenever a registered person ka aggregate turnover exceeds 2 crore rupees, he was required to get accounts audited by chartered accountant or cost accountant. Now the requirement to get your accounts audited is done away with. Here we are done with the quick revision of your chapter of accounts and records, everyone.